Welcome back, Legionnaires, to another Rome 2 siege battle for you here today, and we do have a glorious 3v3 here, with the Adrissian Kingdom leading the assault here, and actually bringing a lot of mercenary hoplites, interesting enough, as their sort of punching force, it seems here. I imagine there are some double-handed swordsmen further back. You can see the Thracian warriors are waiting there, but that is not all the concern right now. The concerning thing is Saba sallying out right here with some camel cataphracts, and we also have a general going out here, very, very bold from the defenders here, risking an allied general already to potentially be killed off here. I mean, we've got some strong teams on either side. We've got Athens, we've got Adrissian Kingdom, Carthage against Rome, Saba, and Lusitania. And actually, yeah, we can see a bit of a risk. Both sides here come in cavalry and generals, more importantly. So you've got the Thracian Royal Cavalry and also the Noble Cavalry of Carthage here. Definitely, I mean, if they could bait them back towards the walls here, Saba, these generals could easily be taken out and killed. So we'll see whether anyone falls for that. We've got some slingers being used here just to try and, keep those camel cataphracts away. And it looks like the salling out has already failed before it even really began. But yes, it's good to be back with some more Rome 2 Siege for you here today, because the Rome 2 Siege does keep the Doctor away, as you all know and love. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. It was sent in to me by a member of the Discord. He said it's a pretty close one. And yeah, I feel like, you know what, we've got a bit of a different mix of teams as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. We never really see Athens, I feel like, in play, and certainly don't often see Lusitania or Adrissian Kingdom. So yeah, great to see them in play, that's for sure. And we've got some of the classics as well, with Carthage and Rome as well. We've got some artillery being fired here. Someone's using explosive rounds, which, yeah, they sound cool, but they're actually not that very effective, because, yeah, if you miss, like this Roman player is doing quite a lot. Oh, yeah, I mean, you got a hit there. That's pretty good. Didn't kill anyone, though. Flammable shot is actually better at killing stuff. Explosive shot does not necessarily kill people. So, yeah, it need to change your ammo, that's for sure. We'll put the HUD on so you can see if he's actually getting any kills. He's got 30, which is not bad with the Bastion Ballista, but you want more. You want certainly one more. But yes, we're here at Carthage, one of the better Rome 2 siege maps, I feel like. It's just a huge map. Look at the size of it. Very unique. I mean, yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that view we have. This is what the city that, his army's going to be fighting over. Those look very, very cool. But yeah, it looks like Saba's going to keep his count outside the walls for now. Maybe just try and apply that pressure. Maybe try and stall the advance. I mean, at the end of the day, it does come down to time. So I mean, most matches last 60 minutes. Have like a 60-minute timer. So it might just be a tactic to try and just stall the advance, because yeah, as you can see here, Carthage is not advancing at all. That's flammable shot going in there, hitting those Gallic warriors. That's a much better hit. But yeah, so it looks like that's maybe going to be the play to try and maybe just slow down the enemy there. It looks like Athens, though, is going ahead, and he's going to carry on advancing here, as is Adrissian Kingdom. He has actually knocked some holes into the wall here. He's got some spears. I like that they're just called spears being sent forward there. They're getting shot at. But yeah, he has brought a lot of spearmen and hoplites for an assault, which I don't know if it's a wise idea. But he's got a lot of like mercenary falconsmen and Thracian warriors further back here, and he has got a Thracian noble, which is good to see. He's got a couple, actually. But yeah, definitely want to be seeing more. Oh, he's actually got quite a few more. He's got, yeah, more Falconsmen there, more Thracian noble. Okay, fair enough. He's got some veteran hoplites. Maybe it's a pretty decent roster, actually. It's got, some units that aren't just going to get focused down and killed in melee. Shot, is this? Oh, Royal Camel Archers, the general. Ah, maybe why they didn't want to commit him earlier, but he's actually just shooting and routing those spears, and that's first blood to the defenders. There you go. They actually managed to rout a unit. Walls are being collapsed slowly but surely, and we also have a bit of a tower sort of monopoly being formed over here, as Athens just kind of just forces them all. I think this is a strategy just to block the arrow towers so they just can't hit your troops. It just seems very pointless in my opinion, but that's just me. I'm not a Rome 2 siege fanatic that knows every strat, that's for sure. I just commentate on them, to be honest. I don't play enough Rome 2 sieges these days. Militia hoplites going in, though. They're going to be the first infantry of the enemy inside the walls. And they're going to be facing off against Sabaean swords here. And yeah, that should be an easy one, I imagine, for Saba here. I mean, these units is already pretty banged up, and it's getting javied by the swordsmen here. Yeah, they're weakening it with every volley of javelins coming in. And actually, might be some slave. I think Desert Levy, yeah, they're going to get sent in, I think, here instead. Oh. And yeah, they sort of went it. I don't know if they had jabbies left or not, but yeah, they are now in melee. Finally, and there you go. Athens, I mean, also I don't think is that worried about sort of militia hoplites being used just to soak up ammo. It's probably kind of what they're designed for. He's got better units like Thorax Sword, and he's got probably the picked hoplites, I imagine, as well somewhere that you would rather save for. He's got veteran. Got his veteran hoplites here. Thorax hoplites. Thorax. He hasn't actually brought any of the picked ones, I don't think. A lot of the Thorax hoplites. And he's got loads of Cretan archers back there as well. But yeah, it doesn't seem like he's brought any picked hoplites. And I mean, that's fair enough. I don't think the hoplites are the be-all and end-all. You need some good swords, to be honest, which certainly Carthage and ODK can bring. And they can certainly try and destroy these infantry lines. But yes, if you want to send it... Oh, and we've got a cav fight. I'm not even paying attention. Cavalry has got in. Camels have charged in here, doing some damage to... Yeah, actually quite a lot of damage to this Gallic warrior here. Yeah, 60 kills, not bad there, that's for sure. Really, really good. They are getting jabbed as they leave, which is unfortunate. And they're getting also hit by the skirmishers of the Adristian Kingdom. Artillery coming in. Needs to be careful they don't hit friendlies. Yeah, not too bad a hit in hits there. I mean, yeah, 65. Took some losses, though. But yes, if you want to send in any of your own replays, is what I was going to say before. Saba, rudely interrupted. Is to send them into my Discord. Link is down below in the description. It's the best place to send in your own replays. And then I can have a look and see what you guys have been up to. And maybe even feature it on the channel. It looks like the militia hoplites here. Again, going to rout. And that's going to be second blood also to the defenders. And the Desert Levy now goes straight in from defeating the militia hoplites into fighting the Thorax swords. Boys in green. There you go. Yeah, those Desert Levy slowly getting routed, getting outflanked by another Thorax swords there, and that is going to be them gone. And now finally, Athens can sort of really attack some proper infantry of Sabas. A lot of civilian infantry and Mazgat marauders being formed up. Looks like, yeah, Sabas withdrawing once again. I think he's just trying to catch Carthage out when he's maybe being sleepy and looking elsewhere. Not that he's really got anywhere else to look. He's not got doing a lot of micro. He's not even really doing a proper offensive at the moment. It looks like, yeah, the swords here are all going to give ground. And the Adristian Kingdom also needs to withdraw with the slingers, otherwise they will be taken out. Most of Carthage's army is still really far back in reserve. Yeah, Samnites still yet to come forward. Yeah, he hasn't brought any of the noble fighters, none of the Spanish heavy swords, which is a shame because they are very, very nasty. Yep, Thorax here, setting up. They're just jabbing before they go in, softening up their enemy. And in fact, Mazgat Marauders are going to go in, it seems. They have pretty good melee attackers, I say 44. Actually outdoes the Thorax quite considerably, so I would be surprised if they did not get sent in soon. Same with Lusitani, they have some really good units with high melee sort of stats, and of course Rome. This is Rome. Rome's just good. It's the name of the game. Of course they're going to be good. But yeah, they've got some good factions here on the defense, that's for sure. It's going to be a very tough offensive, and another wall comes crumbling down here as Carthage and Adristian Kingdom knock it down with more spears of theirs. The walls don't really kill anyone when they collapse though, which is kind of a shame. Sabbath very much stuck in now. In comes some spears. From the Adristian Kingdom is sending in these mercenary hoplites. Maybe just trying to hold the line. So yeah, it looks like the Thorax is going to cycle out and he's going to send other stuff in. Well, I don't know. Maybe they don't really know what the Thorax swords do. They just keep going in and out of combat. Both sides are just trying to pull stuff in and out. And there you go. Spears have been committed. Those living hoplites and those spears of the Adristians, they've been committed across the wall there. The cav has gone in once again. Camel's going in here. They are dying. Again, just charging into these mercenary Scutiari, trying to do as much damage as possible. They're getting jabbied and focused down a lot, though. The other one's yet to be committed at all, so they just sent the one that was already weak. It seems a bit of a waste. I think could have used those inside the settlement effectively enough. There's living hoplites as well. They've just been absolutely murdered. Having just got in there. That's the quickest thing I've ever seen a unit die in Rome 2. Both sides certainly starting to chop away at each other now. These Sabaean swords aren't going to hold much longer against the thorax. And they're actually falling back to the Sabaean swords, as are the Mazgat Marauders, who are already up to 119 kills with 127 guys left. Very, very good. Spears immediately also getting just not machine gunned down, but chopped down by Saba here. And there you go, those spears are gone. Lots of missiles now being exchanged as well. It looks like both sides trying to weaken each other's missile capabilities. Slingers on the walls here, getting focused by Carthage's archers. I mean, if Saba wanted to, there is actually a straight shot to just charge in and try and get these Cretan archers. I mean, these lately been hoplites, I guess, can sort of get in the way potentially, but there is a bit of a straight shot to it if they wanted to go for it. Got Lusitani nobles waiting in reserve as well. So yeah, lots of really good units yet to come forward. Saba's just really committing most of his troops at the moment. Rome and Lusitania are over here, doing a little bit, but not loads. Looks like the Thorax hoplites are going to get the job of trying to challenge Legionary cohort. I don't see them beating Legionaries. Spears are just infinitely worse than swords in any Total War scenario. Most Total War scenarios. And there you go. It looks like we're going to see mercenary Thracian warriors of Athens. Which I forgot that they have them in their roster. They are sending those in, so we've got plenty of Thracians in today's game. These boys with their big swords going to try and cut through the Roman armor, the Roman shields. I mean, Rome had to redesign its armor for its soldiers with like the arm, sort of like lamella arm armor, so that they could be protected from the Thracians. Only getting 19 kills, though. Look at that. They are, I feel like, heavily focused when they go in. Also charging head on, I just never feel like it's actually a great use for them. Side charges are much, much better. I think we've actually got Falksmen here as well. It looks like Saba has given ground. I mean, apart from this Mazgat Marauder here, which is at 221 kills, which is incredible. I just like to say. They have actually managed to sort of take this small courtyard sort of area. Rome's already setting up archers further back, ready to just shoot onto them. This man is... Okay, actually quite a few of them are levitating. How did you learn this witchcraft, sir? And they're shooting at hoplites, which is probably not a great target, to be honest. You kind of kill those off anyway. You want to be shooting these Falksmen. They're the real danger. It really is like Trajan's Dacian Wars. Really is. And in they go, they're cycling in. These Thracian and mercenary Falksmen now are the Etruscan Kingdom. They're just trying to maximize the kills they can get. They are very much, like I said, a shock infantry. You don't want to keep them in prolonged melee. They will suffer with low armor and low melee defense. Yeah, they don't do great. 15 kills, not bad, not great. They've taken a fair amount they've taken more losses than they have kills. That's not great at all. And over here, as you can see, yeah, Thorax hoplites, not really achieving anything against these Legionary cohort. If the archers could, which they absolutely can, they could just side shot these Legionary, really help it out. I think they actually are rear shooting that Legionary that the Adricians are engaged against. That is nice little play there from the attackers, at least. First sort of action here for the Lusitani. Got Scutiari Spearmen defeating some Gallic troops here of Carthage's. Scutiari are a very, very nasty unit. I mean, the swords are much better than the, but I don't think they're actually available in the Lusitani roster. They're in the Aravaki roster, but I don't think they actually have Lusitani Scutiari, is what I was trying to say. Still Rome, you know, presses on into this press of men and steel, and blood and guts. If it like it, well, I relatively like everyone sort of like craps themselves when they die, like they're like the gut kind of like gives in. Like this street would be a mess of blood and just like excrement. It would be awful. It would be horrendous being there already. And like I've seen bloodier choke points than that in Rome too. I like how they add the blood and gore as a DLC to Rome, to Total War. Nothing though for like crapping yourself. Missing a trick there, I feel like a Rome 2 and CA. Yeah, Athens just keeps pressing on. I mean, he's really relying on those archers at the moment to sort of, you know, get him out of trouble. He's also got Thracian bowmen in here. They are firing over walls, trying to do some damage to these Legion cohort as well. But yeah, the Cretans right now have some... Oh, actually, no, these are all Thracian warriors. Where are their archers? I thought they had archers out here. They seem to have disappeared. Oh, we've got a general coming forward for Rome. Whether he's coming for rallies or what. It's a good target to try and hit maybe with archers. It would definitely be a scummy general snipe, but who cares? Kill Rome's general, it's huge. Mercenary hoplites here are very much getting outflanked, as you can see. The Lusitani spear, I think these are Lusitani spears, or Scutiari spears, I should say. They're just jabbing the back of these poor hoplites. The Iberian swords here, again, not a bad unit. I feel like they're bang for their buck. And, you know, hold up. Certainly a spear unit. If this is a sword unit, it'd be a different story. But holding up this this mercenary hoplite, I feel like they're actually doing, you know, they get their money's worth out of them. That's for sure. That fighting continues. I don't think the sally out has really continued. Yeah, it's still just sat there doing nothing at the moment. No one's attacking Saber either, and Saber's just taking the chance to use his slingers to do damage to the Cretan archers here. But it definitely is, I was going to say, you should be focusing this down, trying to focus down these Cretan archers. I mean, they're shooting the Syrian archers of Rome. Yeah, I don't know why they're not just taking out the attacking archers to make their job much, much easier here. Instead, they're shooting mercenary Scutiari of Carthage, another faction that has Scutiari. Thracians over here still struggling, but Rome is pressing them back. It seems that, like I said, prolonged melee is not serving these big, sworded men any good. They need some other infantry in here to replace them. There you go. Rome is victorious. Roma invicta! Armored legionaries, these are. It's actually got some good units here. They're like insanely good at armored legionaries. Yeah, I don't know how much these like the pricing was on this. I feel like the Roman player might just brought a very small and elite army though, which is fair enough. And there you go. Another engagement here from Saber. Looks like he said in the Mazgat Marauders temporarily. The Marib Gardeners, the best unit, like at least best infantry unit for the Saber. It's a spear unit. It will hold the line though for quite a while. Fighting other spears as well puts them in good stead. Like I said, the attackers brought a lot of spears in today's game. A lot of thorax, and then also the Etruscan Kingdom have a lot of mercenary hoplites and veteran hoplites of their own. I mean, even Carthage brought some. I mean, I think they're all dead, but yeah. Kind of crazy the amount of spears being brought. I guess maybe because they were worried about Saber just going all camel. Charge and just sort of like, you know, being able to run rings around them, charge in. So they needed spears to protect against that, I guess. So it makes sense to have spears, now I think about it. here. Look at this cycle charge just taking place right now. It's relentless for these poor Romans. They are slowly but surely sort of like, I'd say, knocking them down a peg or two, but not really like doing enough damage. I feel like there's a lot of being lost here. Balance power is actually in favor of the defenders. Attackers do not have the balance power in their favor, and it kind of shows. I feel like their builds have not been great so far, and also I don't know, Adristian Kingdom is a really tough faction to use. I think it's better on defense than it is on offense, because as an attacker you're always kind of just charging head on 9 times out of 10. It's very rare you're going to get a flanking charge. Well, at least as a defender, I feel like there's always the opportunity to sort of like fall back a bit, get a rear charge, like a rear charge or side charge for another unit. So I feel like the Falcons would operate better there. Also, I think, like I said, too many spears being brought on the attack. Yeah, the Romans are going to keep cutting through these guys. And there's actually, no, this is a, oh, that's a very, I was going to say this is a healthy Thracian unit, but it's a Thracian noble, so it's a very, very good unit that has been sent in. Hoplites here are losing, and they're pretty healthy, and they're losing to very weakened legionary cohort. Shows the sort of state of this sort of like Athens build. And the Marab Guard holding well here. The attackers are going to have to get some archers outside the walls, which they are doing right now. We're going to see Cretan archers shoot over the wall. But this is going to obviously invite Saber to come forward with his camel cataphracts. And there's not really much support. If I was Saber, I'd go for that. I'd see if we can get those Cretan archers. But in best scenario, you're going to bait in the Carthaginian general. No? Well, maybe. We're going to see this camel cataphracts come forward. Are they just going to shoot the archers? I would send... the camel archers are going in. I would have sent the camel cataphracts in, though. I would have sent those in rather than the horse archers, or the camel archers. It's all gone quiet in the center here after Adristian Kingdom's been forced back. Rome and Lusitania holding there. What have we got here? Oh, first cohort. Very cool. It's like the Republican one, technically. The Caesarian one, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they should have no trouble dealing with these hoplites. They are kind of getting outflanked, and you be careful those first cohort. They don't want to pull through. They are actually they are finally going to get through this armored legionary here. But I mean, in fairness, Rome could just pull out the first cohort and could send it back into this fight over here and hold them in place a little longer. Rome is actually going on the offensive here with Lusitani. They're going to try and break through this thorax sword line, thorax spear line. Which is not a bad idea. I think that's a good idea. I think Athens must have missed the memo that they're not on the defense. They must have thought we're going to be playing a defensive game today. And Rome continues on. I don't know if he pulled through there. I'll get rid of the foliage, which is such a great... No, he's absolutely fine. It looks like Rome is. I don't think that's at all illegal, the move he just played there. But I do like Control F. If you play Rome 2 and you're like, how do you get rid of the foliage? You do not know. Control F. It's a great feature that Total War has never really brought back, apart from, I think it is Rome 2 is the only one that has it. Whether they just felt like they had really, I don't know, luscious... sort of, I don't know, like maps that they felt like they needed them to get rid of them. Oh, the archers, I think they did get focused down, actually. That is a shame. Yeah, I think he just actually did kind of like just chop them down eventually. They are doing some damage to themselves. The attackers here taking out the Syrian archers. Yeah, there is a bit of a major breakthrough going on here. I'm going to see Carthage sitting in his Samnites and his Libyan infantry to try and sort of douse the fire that is growing here as Rome... Saba and also, I mean, Lusitani wasn't there, but he's not anymore. But they were, all three of them were pushed on here. Samnites up against armored legionnaires, both pretty strong. Samnites have some incredible armor stats, but I think they might be out armored by armored legionnaires. Kind of gives it away in the name. And more is now being flooded in. There's a torrent of troops coming in here from the attackers. I mean, a lot more spears coming, veteran spears. The general for Athens is in here as well. And actually, because they made this push here, look at this. Athens is getting cut off. It's only an Iberian sword, so it might be dealable, unless they use archers to sort of shoot that thorax in the back or the side. You can hear charging again going on. Oh, it's the camel archers just being a pain. They did actually fully get that Cretan archer by the looks of it. It's been pretty battered, but not fully. And there you go. In goes the general of Carthage. He's trying to rear charge the Iberians. They're wavering immediately. Look at that. Getting cut down there by the Carthaginian general. My gosh, words are hard. But yeah, this is getting all very interesting over here. Rome is still fighting in this choke point here. Still not really having any luck is the Adrician player breaking through here. Rome, though, must be running out of reserves. Like I said, it feels like it's quite an expensive build that's been played. There is not a lot left. It's actually going to be an Iberian sword. That's the next fresh unit that's actually kind of available to send in. So that's looking okay. And actually, balance power is sort of shifting back in favor of the attackers now. Very back and forth game so far. Where I felt like the defenders were in the ascendancy for a lot of it. I feel like the attackers might now start be getting a bit of traction. Libyan infantry here, yeah, they are going to chop through the Iberians. They are taking quite a few casualties themselves. Rome presses on. Saba finally loses a unit in here. I think it is a Marib guard actually breaking. Thorax swords being sent in. They have so much more joy up against these units. I don't know why he didn't just spam out the Thorax swords. His best option really to bring is Athens. They're not blessed with options. It's a faction that I felt like was quite rushed in getting it out. In comparison to Sparta, that's for sure. Saba doing his job. He's honestly been the MVP, I think, of this game. Lusitani needs to think about shifting troops down the line because, more attacks taking place here. It is just veteran hoplites, but they probably will cut through those Iberian swords. Oh no, it's okay. Yeah, there's plenty still to go. Veteran shield warriors, terrible for like armor and even health's not that great. But their melee attack is 50, which is really good, and they're a reasonably cheap sword unit to bring as well. Sure. Oh, what is going on there? Might be a pull through. Might be a pull through. No, I would actually say no. They've gone up this gap here, and they've actually got into all the archers over here. I think that's okay. Bit tenuous, that's for sure. Adrician's trying to follow up, not achieving it, but it's okay because the steps are open. And look at that. The attackers are starting to get some traction. They are starting to break through the center line. The balance power has shifted now back in favor of the attackers. And that general getting in there and silencing a lot of those archers. He might get silenced here himself by the veteran shield warriors. But yeah, that is huge. Like I said, I think we need to see some moves here from the cataphracts, either inside the city or outside the city. I mean, there's a general still here that's free to take. Got to maybe think about looking at him. That cataphract could do a good amount of damage. And Lusitani needs to send troops down a few troops down the line because there are gaps opening up in here. Carthage is generally still alive and kicking. He's got out of this sort of engagement over here. He's now running down. Looks like he's going to try and assist his Athenian allies by rear charging those veteran shield warriors. So keep an eye on that. So he's going to rear charge in the end. This is a frontal charge. And he did some severe damage, that's for sure. Like I said, though, I think he might be out of time here. And I think that might be Carthage's general dead as well. Yeah, Carthage's general has died. The first general to die here today. Could be a bit of a miss there for the attackers. Carthage still has quite a lot of healthy troops. And they'll be down on morale. But it might have happened at the right time as well. In the sense that they've broken through. It was a sacrifice worth doing. Potentially. We've got veteran shield warriors here beating on veteran hoplites, just a load of veterans on both sides. More units coming up though, and as you can see, the Thracian nobles are still very healthy. 204 kills. They're going to rear charge those veteran shield warriors. That'll do a lot of damage. Like with that huge amount of melee attack for the Thracians, and like the lack of armor that the Lusitani unit has here, probably going to have a field day cutting through these Spaniards.
Orders understood.
I don't know if they're really Spaniards either. They're probably more Portuguese, really, from that part of the world. Seems like it's actually the complete opposite here, because the veteran shield warrior's got a charge off. They actually seem like they're cutting down these Thracians quite nicely. Those are quite a weak unit. There you go, that's been defeated. And now, I mean, look at that. They're into archers, actually, and Thracian slingers are the Lusitania. They could do a lot of damage here themselves. How do they get through this gate? I'm sorry. Oh, no, I guess they just flanked around, haven't they? Of course. How this veteran hoplite got in? That's the one question I don't have. Well, I don't have the answer for that question. That's what I mean. Lusitania nobles trying to have a bit of an effect over here against Carthage. Like I said, I think you only need the one here. I mean, they are, again, not, I wouldn't say that great with armor, only 45. It's a little bit better. And their health is 65. But yeah, look at that melee defense. 81, 77 base, went up to 81 there for a minute. 64 melee attack. These guys are godly. They really are. There you go, they're going to rout that Scutiari at least. They're going to take a couple of guys with them. Maybe 84 kills and less than 100 troops left. That's not great. This battle over here for this sort of like central courtyard, not going well for the defenders, that's for sure. They're losing influence there. And it looks like, oh, I think that might be a pull-through. Veteran shield warriors, I think, might have absolutely got pulled through there by the Thracian Royal General. But they are trying to catch the swords with the Thracian nobles. It does not matter. The Spaniard here, or the Portuguese man, has got into engagement with the Thracian Thracian cav. And if they were to lose, I was going to say if they were to lose that general, and that would put a real sort of like spanner in the works. But it does look like the veteran shield warriors are going to survive, get routed there. They're not surviving, that's for sure. Got Lusitani nobles in here as well now. They might be able to do some damage to those thorax hoplites. Like there's just a random cataphract back there. Where are the rest of the cataphracts? Not sure. The camel roll, the general's in here. He's just chilling. I don't know what happened to the cataphract. It must have been committed inside the city, I think. Oh yeah, I see a lot of dead camel carcasses. Evidently got committed here. I mean, this is where everything's having to be committed for the attackers. I mean, this general's still in trouble here. I would go in with the horse archers. I think you've got an absolute great chance. You've got a charge off there, you've got a great chance of winning that fight. I think you're a stronger unit. You can get infantry support as well to your own troops. And it's an armored cav unit at the end of the day. But I don't think they are. I think they are losing because they didn't get a charge off. So here we go, general going in, support. He's popped a rally. There you go, the general's pulling out because there's infantry and archer support coming in to help out with that Saba general. They're trying to rear charge the Lusitani nobles here to try and get out of this danger. They themselves, by pulling out, might kill their own general off here. We will see. Man's power is still now very much firmly in the grasp of the attackers. Like I said, this battle's kind of been really back and forth with that balance of power on who's had control of it, or who's had it in their favor. They don't really control it. And Thracia, I think, might have lost his general. He's about to, I think, here. Saba lost his? No? Thracia's not lost his yet. Somehow. Still solid fights going on across this other part of the section of the wall over here. Mazgat Marauders, who are usually, like I said, really, really solid, get out-meleeed here by the Thracian nobles, as you kind of expect. The Camelot archers still in there. I'd be scared if I was one of those guys and you just like see a camel for the first time. You're like, oh my god, what is that? They are falling back. Actually, I think they're routing. There you go. Yeah, and their general has died for Saba. And that might be GG because, yeah, Saba's Mazgat Marauders routed over there. So that unlocks this street here. And as you can see, the civilian archers, they're already wavering and are breaking it. This is going to come down to Lusitani, I think, left. Who's just got, well, he's got everything committed, but it's just in a couple of spots, getting encircled there on the wall as well. Not seen a lot. We haven't seen any sort of real wall action today. Yeah, it looks like there's going to be just a little last stand over here. One of the swords units already broke side by side with the general. Cowards, a lot of them. Just might as well fight to the last man. You're not going to be spared your life, that's for sure, by these angry Adricians. There you go, Lusitani's general's broken. I don't know really what we got. We've got to wait for this unit to also break. Surely just shoot it or just encircle it. One or the other would be probably absolutely fine to do. I don't think there's anything else waiting. To be honest, Rome's fully dead. Saba's gone. It is now just Lusitani left. But honestly, the strategy and like the faction selection was great, I personally think. There we go. Army losses coming into Lusitani, I think, is about a rout here. If they just engage with the Thracian nobles, that would be enough, and they'd wrap this siege up. But yeah, I think the matchups were actually quite good. I really felt like Adrician Kingdom was like out there to counter either Rome or Lusitani, and well, Rome just counters everything. It's just that OP. Lusitani did a really good job. Saba as well. You know, always known if you bring Saba, there's gonna be a cav or a camel's like sally out, so bring spears, and that's what the attackers did. I was like, oh, it's gonna cost them. But they ended up winning anyway, so big respects to those guys. Just kind of waiting for this Lusitani noble to break. There you go. I think finally. Oh no, it's still not broken. Still not broken. 12 seconds left on the clock, and it looks like the attackers are going to win this one just about. And there you go, a costly victory for the Adrician Kingdom and its allies in Carthage and also Athens. So yeah, well done to all of those guys. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. This was sent in by Hannibal, who was playing as the Adrician Kingdom. He got the most kills for his side, 2,166 kills. Very, very good. Those Falksmen coming in relatively handy. I mean, one of the mercenary ones got 87 kills. And then his mercenary hoplites actually got, like the veteran ones, got 218 kills. It's not too bad. Then he got his Thracian nobles, which are obviously his real packing power when you play a siege. You got to bring those guys. 313 kills, 380 kills. And then the final one's still very, well, I said reasonably healthy. 159 kills. And the Thracian warrior getting 121 kills. And then we've got Sotiris, who is playing as Carthage, got the second most kills. His general, even though it did die, did get 217 kills, and it did allow also for the breakthrough to take place. It did kind of become the catalyst of the breakthrough for the attackers. 190 kills for the Beliax, things is very good. 204, 210 kills for the Cretans here. His Libyan infantry, yeah, really suffered nothing huge in kills there. Samnites 115, 141, 167, and then a Scutiari with 129 kills. Then we have Greikos playing as Athens as the Greeks. Just sounds like he's got a Greek name there. But 202 kills for the Thorax Hoplites. It's not bad, actually. I mean, and then we've got a Thorax Horde with 192 kills and 173. Much, much better. But yeah, the other Hoplites here really struggled, but this one did very well. Archers, 149 kills, 173. Then the Thracian Warriors, 124 kills. And yeah, the Hoplites, like 90 kills, not huge. Then we have Kirill Guranov playing as Rome. Yeah, brought quite a small but an elite army. 105 kills for the Legionary cohort here, 120, 214. His Armored Legionaries, 216 kills, 258 kills. Didn't even bring 4 archers in the end, only brought the 2, which might have made a big difference. I don't know if I would have done that, but yeah, 171 kills with the Syrian archers there, 152 with another. And then we have Iron Vanguard playing as Saba. Got 109 kills with one of his camel cataphracts there. His Royal Camel Archers, 171 kills. The Sabaean Archers there, 149 kills, 124. And then, yeah, you got the Mazgat Marauders, which, to be fair, a couple of them actually had a really good game. 155, 125 kills. 256, that was incredible. And then the Sabaean Swords, both getting 115. We have Ronin Rasho playing as Lusitani, actually surprisingly getting a lot less kills, which I'm kind of surprised by, but I guess a lot of these Iberian swords, they don't really get kills. Good at holding, and can like kill lesser units, maybe spears, but yeah, going up against another sword, they're just going to get absolutely destroyed. But yeah, 113 kills, the best of any of those Iberians. His Veteran Shield Warriors, 186 kills, 226. We've got the Lusitani Nobles, 114 kills, and that's kind of really it for kills there. But there you go. I hope you did enjoy this Rome 2 Siege today, guys. Hopefully the Doctor has stayed away another day. And yeah, if you need more Rome 2 Sieges to keep him away a few more days, do check out the videos appearing on your screen now. There's some crackers there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.